Hey Focus guys, my name's Brian and I have been working on taking my base model, see, proof, base model Focus ST and putting in the Sync 3 screen display. So it's been a lot of wiring, repinning, and splicing in connectors to get this to even somewhat work, but I'm at a point where I think that most of my changes that need to happen now are going to happen through Forscan and just doing some programming changes. So without further ado, I'll show you what's going on and what's working and what's not working. So let's start the car. As you can see, got illumination everywhere here. Got illumination down here, but I don't have illumination on this panel, which is really weird because before I had this screen plugged in, I had this plugged in, and I was getting illumination on this screen. Not sure what happened. I'm wondering if I messed up a plug. I'm gonna have to tear it apart and double check it again. So anyways, first things first, I don't have any steering wheel controls. Now that is probably the biggest bummer about this so far. No steering wheel controls, but fortunately, I do have audio. This car does not have a DSP module, no amp in the back, no Sony system. I just repinned the connector on the ACM so that the positive and negatives to each speaker are actually correct and correct coming from the APIM. So that's pretty cool. I do have, compared to other people who have done this, I do have phone, Bluetooth, so I can call people, the mic works, they can hear me, I can hear them, everything like that. What I haven't gotten yet is CarPlay or Android Auto. Can't get it to work. For some reason, I'm not even getting any sort of charge signal on any of my pins here. So what I've done is I've ordered a mini USB, which is what the back of this APIM unit has, to a USB-C, so I can plug in my Android phone directly and see if there's anything I can do there to make it work out of the box. I'm wondering if I messed up one of these USB ports when I was getting it out of there. So other things that do not work, dimming. It's a big bummer. So you can manually dim it. I can go into the settings and I can go into display and I can set the brightness. So obviously super bright, but it's still not working there. Okay, I guess that just, that's because it's on auto. But if I go into here and turn it on to night, I can turn it to night when it's nighttime. So not a big deal right now. Kind of a bummer, but I'm sure I'll be able to get it working once it's either programmed or I figure out what wiring I've got messed up inside there. What else? So climate controls don't work. I really wasn't expecting these to work because I still have stock base HVAC panel down here, and I'm not even sure if I were to put a more advanced, the upgraded HVAC panel in there, if it would even work. So what I do have, hazard lights work. Those are completely different wiring from what the Sync 1 system has. But yeah, it's a work in progress. I've pretty much done about 4 or 5 hours of research, maybe a little bit more, going through the Ford wiring diagram for all the 2017 Focuses. And the wiring harness that I made in there, the wiring harness that I tore apart, is based all off of what I read inside of that wiring diagram. So hopefully, in a little bit, we'll get something else that starts working better, and I'll have steering wheel controls that work, illumination here. The one thing I did want to say is also discs do work, they do read, and they do play. So, as you can see, I can still do everything on my front panel here. So individual tuning, preset, search tuning, and then obviously checking, changing source. I don't know why that's not going anymore. Probably because there aren't any other sources available. So go to sources, and I probably need to turn off Sirius because I don't have a Sirius ACM in this car. Anyways, just be careful if you do this, because when we initially started flashing, my buddy and I, we started flashing some changes to the programming. Had an ABS light come on, start blinking at me, and this parking brake light wouldn't go off. So fortunately, it goes off now. And fortunately, I also don't have the traction control light on like it was before too. So just be careful what you're doing. Make sure that everything's plugged in once you start doing programming changes. Last thing you want to do is F something up and make it so Ford doesn't want to work on your car if you're under warranty still. I'm still under warranty, so I'm taking a little bit of a risk here, but I figured, what the hell, I really wanted this, and I'm halfway there. Hopefully I'll have a full guide out soon once we figure out what the hell's going on here. If anybody has any maybe clues as to what can help me, maybe not using Forescan, but maybe using the Focus software, FOCCC-US, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. And let's get something working here and an active guide so that everyone can do this to their cars and have an awesome system. All right, talk to you guys later.